Welcome to Dream Trophy. Dream Trophy, a legacy you can hold. The largest visual archive of stamps, coins, and currencies in world history. You will not miss a single stamp, coin, or currency from any issuing authority on Earth. We are currently developing a comprehensive visual archive of over 10,000 meticulously curated videos documenting the full breadth of stamp, coin, and currency issuance from every nation on Earth. This global project is unlike anything ever created, and your support makes it possible. So please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and click the bell icon to stay updated as we release new videos from the world's most complete monetary archive. With over 53 years of global philatelic and numismatic experience, Dream Trophy is more than a collection. It's a lifelong mission. This archive is the result of decades spent traveling across continents, appraising rare artifacts, and preserving the most fragile and powerful tokens of human civilization, our monetary legacy. Through stamps, coins, and currency notes, we don't just document value. We uncover the hidden stories of nations, empires, revolutions, and identities. This channel is the result of that journey. What you'll find on Dream Trophy. Each video goes beyond showing. It teaches, documents, and preserves. You'll see 8K Ultra HD close-ups of rare and historical items, professional appraisal insights including value, rarity, and condition, contextual history rooted in decades of academic research and hands-on collecting, hard-to-find issues including overprints, watermark errors, misprints, and transitional fiscal postal hybrids, rare authorities, many of which are no longer listed in modern catalogs or databases, cross-cultural storytelling linking monetary items to their political, social, and economic eras. Every video is both a visual experience and a learning tool, blending collector-grade detail with historian-level storytelling. Why this archive matters. Most stamp and coin videos online show only a surface-level glimpse, a casual collector's view. Dream Trophy is different. This is a museum-grade 8K Ultra High-Definition archive, created by a seasoned professional who has personally handled, appraised, and cataloged hundreds of thousands of monetary artifacts across 298 countries and over 11,000 territories, many of which no longer exist today. For the first time ever, many of these items, long lost to catalog history or destroyed through time, are being brought back into the public eye. Through crystal-clear visuals, detailed analysis, and expert insight. If you enjoyed content like this and would like to support our work, consider making a donation via the link in the description. Every contribution truly helps us grow and create more videos for you. To stay up to date with new content, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and click the bell icon to get notified as soon as we upload. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and Etsy for even more stamp content. It is the complete story of humanity told in metal, how coins fueled economies, built empires, advanced trade across continents, and carried the symbols of nations through wars, revolutions, and renaissances. Every region reveals a distinct legacy of artistry, technology, and cultural identity, forged in gold, silver, copper, and bronze, preserved forever in this 8K Ultra HD archive of world coins. Dream Trophy Worldwide Coin Archive, 11 regions of numismatic history. Dream Trophy, we are actively documenting the complete worldwide history of coins and stamps, cataloging every issuing authority on Earth. Soon, this same professional-grade documentation will expand to include banknotes, currencies, and paper money from all 298 countries, creating the most comprehensive philatelic and numismatic archive ever assembled. For coins, we've divided the entire world into 11 global regions, each one containing dozens, sometimes hundreds, of issuing authorities, colonies, protectorates, and lost nations. These regions capture the entire scope of human history through money. Ancient kingdoms and empires that struck the earliest coins, colonial and imperial powers that spread their currencies across continents, modern nations and territories with national identities, bullion programs, and commemoratives. By mapping the 2,000-plus year history of world coinage into these 11 regions, the Dream Trophy Archive builds the world's most complete visual catalog of coins and numismatic history. covering every authority from ancient dynasties and colonial mints to independent states and international territories. DreamTrophy Worldwide Coin Archive Introduction. Welcome to the DreamTrophy Worldwide Coin Archive, the most complete and structured framework ever designed for organizing the history of coins. This archive divides the entire world into 11 regions, and within each region coins are presented in a clear, logical sequence: ancient and early, colonial and empire, and modern nations and territories. This framework is not only a reference for advanced collectors, but also an educational roadmap for beginners who want to understand how coins evolved, why they matter, and how they connect to the history of civilization. What ancient and early means. The ancient and early layer covers the very beginning of coinage and trade currencies. These include pre-Columbian trade tokens, wampum belts, and primitive exchange systems. Early Greek, Roman, Persian, and Indian coinage. Dynastic issues from China, Japan, and Korea such as spade coins, knife money, and koban. Unusual forms of currency like Yap stone money in the Pacific or Viking trade silver in Greenland. These are the coins and objects that tell us where money began. They are historic, rare, and often considered works of art as much as they are economic tools. What colonial and empire means. Colonial and empire layer reflects the age of expansion, conquest, and cultural exchange. Here you'll find Spanish cobs and milled reels from the Americas, Ottoman and Islamic coinage across Africa and the Middle East, Portuguese and Dutch colonial issues in South America, Africa, and Asia, the British and French colonial coins in Oceania, the Caribbean, and beyond. These coins represent global empires and their economic influence. They circulated across oceans, carried gold and silver from one continent to another, and shaped the trade routes of the world. For collectors, they are a direct link to the story of exploration, colonization, and empire building. What modern nations and territories means. The modern nations and territories layer brings us into the era of independence, nationalism, and modern minting technology. This includes national coinage systems that began after independence or unification, a modern commemoratives celebrating history, culture, and achievements, bullion programs such as the American Eagle, Canadian Maple Leaf, Mexican Libertad, Australian Kangaroo, and Chinese Panda, a regional and international coinage like the Euro or the CFA franc in Africa. Modern issues show the identity and pride of nations, while also providing collectors with endless variety, from circulating coins to limited edition proof sets and investment bullion. Why this framework matters. By dividing coins into these 3 historical layers across 11 regions, the DreamTrophy framework provides both clarity and depth. For beginners, it's like a guided map, from ancient tokens, colonial silver, and gold modern mint issues. You see the big picture of world coinage. For advanced collectors, it highlights rare series, historic transitions, and hidden subcategories like error coins, commemoratives, and bullion programs. For researchers and educators, it provides a visual tree map of how money evolved globally, connecting economics, culture, and history. The 11 regions of the DreamTrophy Archive. This archive covers the entire globe, organized into the following regions. 1. North America, 2. South America, 3. Europe, 4. Africa, 5. Middle East, 6. Central Asia, 7. South Asia, 8. East Asia, 9. Southeast Asia, 10. Oceania and Pacific, 11. Polar and territories. DreamTrophy Coin Master Framework, 11 regions. 1. North America, 1 of 11. Discover the full history of North American coinage, from pre-Columbian trade tokens and Viking wampum to Spanish colonial reels and modern US, Canadian, and Mexican bullion. This section highlights ancient and early, pre-Columbian tokens, wampum, Viking Greenland, rare historic coins. Colonial and empire, Spanish colonial cobs and reels, Mexico City Mint, French and British colonial coins. The modern nations, United States, 33 categories from 1792 present, Canada, Dominion, Provincial, RCM Bullion, Mexico, Peso Reforms, Libertads, Caribbean nations: Cuba, Jamaica, Haiti, Barbados, Dominican Republic, and territories: Puerto Rico, Bermuda, Bahamas, Cayman, Greenland. Complete journey through rare U.S. coins, Canadian maple leafs, Mexican libertads, and historic Caribbean coinage. 2. South America, 2 of 11. Explore the rich numismatic legacy of South America, where ancient civilizations and colonial powers shaped modern coinage. Ancient and early Incan gold and silver trade tokens, pre-Columbian artifacts. Colonial and Empire: Spanish colonial cobs, milled reals, Portuguese Brazil gold. Modern nations: Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Peru, Bolivia, Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Uruguay, Paraguay, Guyana, Suriname. From Incan treasure to Spanish reals and modern bullion, this region showcases South America's role in global coin history. 3. Europe, 3 of 11. Europe is the heart of global numismatics, with thousands of years of coinage history. Ancient and early Celtic tribes, Roman provincial coins. Colonial and Empire: Holy Roman Empire thalers, Habsburg Austria, Napoleonic France. Modern nations: France, Spain, Portugal, Italy, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, Monaco, Andorra, Liechtenstein. Subcategories: pre-Euro coinage, Euro issues, commemoratives, bullion. Europe remains a treasure trove for collectors, from ancient Roman bronze coins to modern Euro commemoratives. For Africa, 4 of 11. Africa's coins reflect ancient civilizations, colonial empires, and modern independence movements. Ancient and early Pharaonic Egypt, Ptolemaic dynasty, Carthage, Numidia, Aksumite, and Kushite kingdoms. Colonial and Empire: Ottoman, French protectorates, British West Africa, Belgian Congo. Modern nations: Egypt, Libya, Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Tanzania, Ethiopia, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Botswana. Subcategories: CFA franc union, East African shilling, bullion issues. A mix of ancient gold derricks, colonial copper, and South African krugerrands makes African numismatics unique. 5. Middle East, 5 of 11. The birthplace of coinage and home to some of the world's earliest gold and silver coins. Ancient and early Mesopotamian shekels, Persian derricks and drams, Nabatean coins. Colonial and Empire: Islamic caliphates, Ottoman Empire issues. Modern nations: Iran, Turkey, Israel, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Oman, Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Yemen, Kuwait. Subcategories: Islamic dynasties, 20th century states, modern bullion. From Persian derricks to Ottoman silver and modern bullion dinars, the Middle East bridges ancient to modern numismatics. 6. Central Asia, 6 of 11. Crossroads of empires and the Silk Road trade hub. Ancient and early Bactrian, Sogdian, Kushan coins. Colonial and Empire: Persian dynasties, Mongol Khanates, Russian Empire. Modern nations: Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Afghanistan. Subcategories: Soviet-era issues, post-Soviet commemoratives. Collectors will find rare Silk Road coins, Soviet rubles, and modern bullion issues. 7. South Asia, 7 of 11. Home to some of the world's earliest coins and rich dynastic history. Ancient and early punch-marked Indian coins, Mauryan, Gupta, Kushan. Colonial and Empire: Mughal Empire rupees, British India coins, princely states. Modern nations: India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan, Maldives. From ancient punch-marked silver to modern Indian rupees and bullion commemoratives, South Asia is essential for collectors. 8. East Asia, 8 of 11. One of the world's most influential numismatic regions. Ancient and early Chinese knife and spade coins, Japanese koban, Korean dynastic issues. Colonial and Empire: Mongol Yuan dynasty, Qing dynasty, colonial Taiwan and Hong Kong. Modern nations: China, Imperial PRC Taiwan, Japan, Yen proof sets, Korea, North and South, Mongolia, Hong Kong, Macau. From ancient Chinese cash coins to Japanese yen commemoratives and modern bullion pandas, East Asia remains a collector favorite. 9. Southeast Asia, 9 of 11. A region of diverse kingdoms and colonial histories. Ancient and early Khmer, Funan, pagan kingdoms. Colonial and Empire, French Indochina, Dutch East Indies, British Strait settlements. Modern nations, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, Myanmar, Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, Indonesia, Philippines, Timor-Leste. Southeast Asia blends ancient trade coins, colonial silver dollars, and modern commemorative sets. 10 Oceania and Pacific 10 of 11. Unique coinage traditions from Yap stone money to modern bullion. Ancient and early, Yap stone money island trade tokens. Colonial and Empire, British Australia, French Pacific, German New Guinea. Modern nations. Australia, sovereigns, decimal coins, Perth mint bullion, New Zealand, Pacific Islands, Fiji, PNG, Solomon Islands, Samoa, Tonga, Vanuatu, Palau, Tuvalu, Kiribati, Micronesia, Nauru, French and U.S. territories. Oceania's coins range from giant stone money to rare Perth mint gold and silver. 11 polar and territories 11 of 11. Specialized issues from the world's remote regions. Ancient and early, Viking exploration tokens, Arctic trade issues. Colonial and Empire, British, French, Norwegian polar claims. Modern territories, Greenland, Falkland Islands, South Georgia, South Sandwich, British Antarctic Territory, French Southern and Antarctic lands, U.S. Pacific territories. Rare and unusual territorial coinage that reflects exploration, isolation, and sovereignty claims. DreamTrophy Oceania and Pacific, Part 10 of 11, from the DreamTrophy Worldwide Coin Archive. Welcome to DreamTrophy and welcome to Oceania and the Pacific, a realm of islands and horizons, where the ocean was not a barrier but a bridge, a land of voyagers and visionaries, where shells became currency, silver became sovereignty, and every coin tells the story of survival, discovery, and connection. From the ancient shell money of Melanesia and Polynesia, to the gold sovereigns of Australia and the modern dollars of the Pacific nations, each coin reflects courage, craftsmanship, and continuity. Every crest, every wave, every shine of silver echoes the heartbeat of the Pacific, the rhythm of tides that carried culture across the world's largest ocean. This is Oceania, vast, enduring, and radiant in every strike. The DreamTrophy Worldwide Coin Archive, where the spirit of the Pacific shines through time. From the coral atolls of Micronesia to the mountain isles of Melanesia, from the coasts of Australia and New Zealand to the forests of Papua New Guinea and Fiji, the Pacific's coinage tells a story not only of trade and empire, but of identity, ingenuity, and independence. In this DreamTrophy Master Framework Part 10 of 11, we explore the evolution of Oceania's numismatic heritage through 4 defining epochs: the Indigenous and Early Trade Period, Colonial and Maritime Era, Commonwealth and Independence Era, and the modern Pacific and regional unions. Each coin is both artifact and anthem, a glint of metal carrying the memory of oceans and nations alike. Indigenous and early trade layer. Long before European contact, the peoples of Oceania practiced vibrant systems of exchange. In Melanesia, Papua New Guinea, and the Solomon Islands, shells, beads, and teeth of whales and dolphins were fashioned into ceremonial money, valued not for metal but for meaning. The Yap stone money of Micronesia, massive discs of limestone transported across hundreds of miles, stands as one of humanity's most extraordinary monetary traditions, a symbol of wealth measured by effort and story rather than possession. In Polynesia, tapa cloth, feathers, and obsidian blades served as tokens of rank and ritual. While no struck coins existed, the concept of exchange was deeply spiritual, rooted in kinship and respect rather than calculation. Collectors of oceanic ethnographic currency treasure these early forms for their symbolism, each representing the world's most human understanding of value, trust, effort, and tradition. Colonial and maritime layer. The arrival of European explorers and traders in the 17th through 19th centuries ushered in the age of maritime coinage. Silver reals, British shillings, and French francs became the currency of sailors, settlers, and missionaries. Australia, settled by Britain in 1788, began with a shortage of coin. Convict colonies used a mixture of Spanish dollars, cut coins, and barter tokens. In 1813, Governor Lachlan Macquarie introduced the famous Holey dollar and dump, a Spanish silver dollar punched at the center to create two new denominations. It became Australia's first distinct coinage and an enduring symbol of adaptation. New Zealand followed with trade tokens issued by merchants and miners, while the Pacific Islands adopted coins through missionary contact and colonial administration. The French in Polynesia, the British in Fiji, and the Germans in Samoa all left traces of empire stamped in metal, each coin carrying European faces into Pacific hands. Collectors of this period seek early colonial issues, countermarked trade dollars, and mission tokens, small relics of the Pacific's meeting between isolation and empire, Commonwealth and independence layer. By the 20th century, the Pacific was no longer a passive shore. It became a stage of identity and renewal. Australia, entering Federation in 1901, launched its first national coinage in 1910. The silver florins and pennies featuring King George V marked a proud beginning. Later, the kangaroo, emu, and platypus adorned new designs, symbols of a continent's unique life and spirit. New Zealand, following in 1933, issued its own sterling-based coins, featuring Maori motifs, the kiwi, and King George V, uniting indigenous imagery with Commonwealth tradition. Through World War II, the Pacific Islands began asserting independence. Papua New Guinea, Fiji, Samoa, Tonga, Vanuatu, and Solomon Islands introduced national currencies, the kina, dollar, panga, vatu, and tala, each celebrating native heritage, ocean life, and independence. Designs showcased canoes, coral reefs, masks, and birds of paradise, every coin a miniature tapestry of cultural pride. Collectors cherish these early independence issues for their artistry and limited mintages, a moment when identity was quite literally struck into being. Modern Pacific and regional layer. Today, the Pacific's coinage continues to blend tradition and innovation. Australia and New Zealand mint some of the world's most advanced commemorative and bullion coins, from the kangaroo and koala series to the silver fern and kiwi proofs. Island nations collaborate with global mints to produce collectible series, celebrating marine life, indigenous cultures, and environmental conservation. Cook Islands, Niue, and Tuvalu issue innovative silver and gold pieces featuring holograms, pearls, and sculpted reliefs, blending artistry with technology. Papua New Guinea's kina coins depict tribal masks, while Fiji's commemoratives honor unity, sports, and the ocean. Samoa and Tonga continue to issue limited edition bullion celebrating Polynesian heritage. Collectors pursue these coins for their intricate designs, precious metal purity, and micro-mintage exclusivity. Modern masterpieces in the DreamTrophy canon. Subcategories and maritime heritage. Across Oceania, coins are more than national emblems. They are archives of exploration, navigation, and storytelling. The Pacific's numismatic journey runs parallel to the voyages of its people, from outrigger canoes to space-age minting presses. Maritime series often feature Captain Cook, the Endeavour, and traditional navigators who crossed oceans guided only by stars. Modern proofs commemorate coral reefs, whales, turtles, and endangered species, turning conservation into numismatic art. The Pacific's diversity gives collectors endless avenues. From ancient shell money to modern micro-mintage proofs, each piece reflects both ancestral wisdom and contemporary artistry. Regional wrap. From Sydney to Suva, from Auckland to Apia, and across 1,000 islands of sun and silence, coins of Oceania form a living bridge between sea and civilization. They chronicle exploration, colonization, federation, and freedom. They carry the stories of voyagers who crossed vast oceans with only the stars as compass. They bear the marks of monarchs, republics, and artisans alike. Collectors trace 4 great eras: indigenous and early trade, colonial and maritime, Commonwealth and independence, and modern Pacific coinage. Together, they form a timeline as vast as the ocean itself. Each coin shines with a sense of continuity. From coral to silver, from reef to realm, Oceania's numismatic heritage is not just a history of money. It is the map of a world held together by water, memory, and wonder. Collector's Quick Guide. To curate a meaningful oceanic collection, remember the DreamTrophy 4 pillars. Period. Provenance. Preservation. Purpose. Essential references include Standard Catalogue of World Coins Krauss, Renwick's Australian Coin and Banknote Values, Collecting New Zealand Coins by Martin Purdy, Coinage of the Pacific Islands by Fred Pridmore, Seek, Shell Money and Yap Stone Discs, Ethnographic Currency, the Australian Holy Dollar and Dump 1813, Early New Zealand Trade Tokens and Colonial Issues, Fiji and Papua New Guinea Independence Coinage, Commonwealth silver florins and shillings in uncirculated grade, Pacific commemoratives featuring marine life and navigation themes, modern Niue, Tuvalu, and Cook Islands silver and gold proofs under 5,000 mintage. Look for coins with original surfaces, minimal wear, and clear motifs, proofs that capture both cultural and aesthetic depth. Above all, collect with appreciation for the ocean's role in human history. Every coin of Oceania is a vessel, carrying stories of migration, exploration, and meaning across time. No detail is too small. No country is left behind. No story goes untold. DreamTrophy, proof of civilization. Through stamps, coins, and currency, we preserve memory one artifact at a time. Time are being brought back into the public eye through crystal-clear visuals, detailed analysis, and expert insight. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy collecting! Who this channel is for. Whether you're a seasoned collector, a student of history, a global traveler, or someone curious about the lost empires of the world, this archive is built. DreamTrophy speaks to those who understand that stamps are more than postage, coins are more than metal, and currency notes are more than transactions. These are visual documents of civilization, etched in ink and cast in metal. What sets DreamTrophy apart? Experience. Over 50 years in the field with credentials in appraisal, valuation, preservation, and cataloging. Authenticity. Every item has been vetted, curated, and in many cases preserved by hand. Completeness. No region, no country, no issuing authority is left out. A rarity. You'll discover items here that have never before been captured in 8K video, and in some cases have never appeared on the internet at all. A global journey through money and meaning. From the engraved colonial stamps of Great Britain, to the hand-struck silver coins of ancient Africa, to the wartime banknotes of South America, each item is a time capsule, a living witness to sovereignty, rebellion, innovation, and collapse. These are the receipts of empire, the inked proclamations of new republics, and the quiet evidence of identity, carried in the pockets of millions, now held in the hands of one. You won't miss a thing. We're documenting every country in the world. No exceptions. As stated earlier, you will not miss a single stamp, coin, or currency from any issuing authority in the world. Through clear images, full-length videos, expert commentary, and professional descriptions, DreamTrophy guarantees comprehensive global coverage, all presented in the most visually immersive and historically respectful way possible. How to support and join the mission. To become part of this legacy, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a release. Like, comment, and share to help grow a global community of collectors and learners. Donate through the link in the description if you wish to support the preservation of rare historical material. Visit our website at dreamtrophy.net to explore featured collections or make a purchase. This is not just about collecting. This is about uncovering the visual proof of civilization, the systems we built, the borders we fought for, and the revolutions that redefined us. This is about documenting human memory, one artifact at a time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified whenever we upload new content. Remember, for a limited time, Subscribers who turn on notifications can receive a 10% discount on all items purchased through our channel. Click the link below to explore our collection and take advantage of this exclusive offer. DreamTrophy.net. If you'd like to support the channel and help us create more videos like this, consider donating. Every bit helps and is truly appreciated. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe, like, and hit that bell icon to stay updated on our latest uploads.